Jamie Newman really could be a special player for Georgia, not just because of his skills, but because of the way that he plays. Stick with me through the end of the video, and I'll tell you every single reason why. Dean Legge from Dog Post, making you a smarter Georgia fan. Georgia's not used a dual threat guy in a long time. Jamie Newman has the capability to throw and run. He's not going to be the most gifted necessarily passer in the last 20 years at Georgia. He might not be the best runner at quarterback. DJ Shaka was very good at that in the last 20 years. But because of the system that is going to be deployed at Georgia and because of the unique skill set that Jamie's got, that gives you some wiggle room if you're Georgia. If you look at his play over the last year at Wake Forest, the biggest problem that I saw, generally speaking, was he was sacked a lot. He was sacked 22 times in 2019. That's just far too many times. And every single game that Wake Forest played, they were within a touchdown of their competitor, with the exception of the Clemson game and the Virginia Tech game. Both of those games, Jamie Newman did not really play well. So, four interceptions in those games, something like almost 50 throws with only 21 completions. He just did not play well. Maybe it was the level of competition, obviously, with Clemson. You'd say that's the case. But the issue for defenders when you're dealing with that extra offensive player, obviously the 5 offensive linemen are restricted. They can only block. There's only so much that they can do. Georgia ran RPOs last year with Jake Fromm, and some of them were pretty successful. They may be more obvious this coming fall with Jamie Newman. But the biggest problem is for everyone on the defensive side of the ball is now you've got to account for 6 players possibly being skill guys in a run fashion. I'm not saying it very well. I guess what I'm trying to say is now the quarterback's going to be running occasionally. So your defensive ends, they rush too far up the field, the quarterback can check out, get up the field 4 yards. I mean, 2nd and 6 is really very manageable. It's what you want at a minimum. The only problem kind of is that a lot of times dual threat guys or guys who are gifted with their legs or just quarterbacks in general, they don't stick in the pocket as long as you would like, because with someone's footwork ability like Jamie Newman's got, and footwork's different than scrambling in the pocket, that can buy you more time if you stay on the correct side of the line of scrimmage, and that can cause real trouble for defenses. I mean, if you're talking about this guy breaking out of the pocket and running every time, well, that's only going to do so much damage. If you're worried about him breaking out and running or throwing a ball, 5 to 50 yards down the field, it brings a dynamic that you're just not used to defending in a traditional way. It would be like defending a little bit 6 guys in basketball rather than just 5, because typically you're not really worried about the quarterback, not at all. But when you look back at successful dual threat guys, and more we see this in college, they have the ability to get you a few yards, just a few, and that can be the difference in a game. Getting a first down to end a game, coming down the line, or coming down the line for an option with a running back, or even just sticking in the gut, seeing what the defensive end does, and reacting from there. Jamie Newman has got a lot of people who really think he could be a very special player at Georgia. What I'm saying is you could see some major production from him if he does it the right way, if he doesn't freak out and just take off running. That's really the vice of the so-called dual threat quarterback. You've got to deliver from the pocket, period. This isn't the 1930s where quarterbacks ran the ball. This is new football. You got to be able to do both. And if he can, he will be a top 50 pick in the NFL draft next year. It's up to him. Dean Legge from Dog Post, making you a smarter fan. I want to check out this video right here. It's going to make you a smarter fan for the 2020 season. Thanks for watching. We'll see you over on the website.